Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Dream Lifestyles brought to you by Alexa Kebalo, Hughes, and
Dana Flanagan. Good morning.
good morning, sunshine. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you? Busy week, lots of new listings, lots of closings, all good stuff.
All good stuff. And what's so exciting is that we have the Greater Hartford Association of Realtors housing market update. So I'm super excited for us to dive into that. But before we get started with that, what else is going on?
It's been really busy. July often tends to be the slowest month of the year in real estate, where a lot of people are on vacation. You tend to see less listings coming on the market. You do have some, closings from homes that went under contract during the spring market. But even though we've seen a little bit of a slowdown with the market, there's even less inventory, I feel like, now than there was a couple months ago. And I just feel like we're still kind of in the same hamster wheel that we've been on for a while. And hopefully we'll start to see an increase in inventory once we head towards the fall market, September, October. We always tend to see that pick up. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. And here's the thing, like for anyone that's out there listening, in any market, it could either be a buyer's market, seller's market, or neutral market. And whenever it's a seller's market, of course, it means less inventory, prices go up, because the demand is high. Whenever there's an abundance of inventory and not as much buyer demand, that's when it's a buyer's market and prices go down. In a neutral market, that is the ideal, right? And a neutral market is where we have about even number of buyers and sellers. So that way, for the most part, prices do not go up, nor do they go down. So that would be an awesome scenario to give people relief. And again, we're so thankful to our sellers that have phenomenal equity in their homes because the prices have gone up. It's been so needed in the state of Connecticut. And we finally have realized that correction in the marketplace. But at the end of the day, these sellers, for them to be able to move to their next home, there needs to be inventory. And these poor buyers that are maybe first-time home buyers, maybe they're renting, maybe they're living at home, with their family, it's such a struggle for them to get into a home. So I really would love to see the market evening out and becoming more of a neutral market.
But I don't think we're going to have a huge market crash by any means. And I think the slow inventory is going to continue for a while. I don't see this slowing down at all in 2021. What do you think?
I'm really hopeful that the inventory will kind of level out, meaning there's more properties available for sale and things like that. But I do think it may take something to make that happen, right? So for example, whenever there's a lot of people that are on the fence of making a move and they're maybe waiting to list their home until they find where they're going. But for instance, let's say the interest rates start to go up a little bit more. That would probably propel some people that are on the fence to actually take action. So there's certain things that could arise that could then propel people to take the action that would then list their home and then kind of free up some inventory. But honestly, everything I'm seeing, I haven't seen anything that's going to drastically change our inventory concerns by the end of the year. And in fact, if we want to report on the GHR stats, so Greater Hartford Association of Realtors, they come out with a monthly housing market update. And so in July, this update just came out for the month of June. And the median sale price for the Greater Hartford area for single family homes actually increased 21.8% over June of last year. So that means June of last year, the median sale price was $275,000. That has jumped to $335,000.
I've noticed that some sellers feel like they don't need to prepare their property for sale as much as they maybe would have had to do that in the past. And I correct them on that every time, because we're talking simple things with just improving your property for the showability of it, a little bit of touch up to your landscaping, curb appeal, chipped paint around your front door, which is something I see all the time around the door jamb trim when you're standing at the front door with your clients. That's where they're looking at the entryway. I see it all the time when I go to enter someone's home for a listing appointment. Those little touch up things that you can do to just increase the overall bottom line for yourself as a seller is so important. And that could be the difference between you getting a full price offer, which would be fabulous in any market, or getting an over asking price offer with multiple offers and having to choose from different types of buyers where you look at strength overall and you're not just looking at the sales price. So even though these sellers are in a good position right now in this market, it's important to still prepare your home for sale, listen to your agent, take their advice, because we know what we're doing and we do this every single day. And we come across all different properties. We deal with all sorts of different personalities, as well as, as far as agents go and clients go. And we know how to represent the seller best in this market to get them the highest price possible. Not only the highest price possible, but the strongest buyer that's least likely to back out or have problems along the way.
And I think the key here is knowing that, listen, with Dana having 20 years of real estate experience, myself with 10, we know the questions to ask of the agents that we're interviewing for you. And 9 out of 10 times, we already know, like, and trust an agent in that specific market. But it's really about getting the person that's going to fit your goals and needs. I actually was brought in a few months ago to help my seller that was located in Manhattan interview and select their realtor that would be representing them. And they actually started with a list of about 7 that they had known throughout the years of living in the city. And it's funny because they were asking me a bunch of questions about what questions to ask and this and that. And I said, would you like me to be involved with that process? And they said, absolutely, positively. That is such a relief, because we know, like, and trust you, Alexa. You've helped us in Connecticut, and now to be able to bring you in, even though that's their market, that's not my market. I was able to help them interview and personally, go to their home and, sit down with the agents and interview with them and guide the conversations. Of the 7 that they chose, they're so thankful that they brought me in, because I brought in another 3, and the top 2 that my client was choosing was 2 of the ones that I had brought in.
Another thing I really want to stress too is, especially for buyers, is to not be scared of this market. I think that all the hype and everybody talking about how crazy the market is has scared a lot of people from even attempting to move or attempting to buy or sell a home. I have quite a few sellers right now that are finally bit the bullet of cleaning out, like, a parent's property of a parent that maybe is in a nursing home or someone that unfortunately has passed away. And they've got this overwhelming dinosaur full of stuff that they feel like now's a good time to sell, but they're so overwhelmed they don't even want to deal with it. I have clean out people. That I have somebody that will come over and organize what to donate, what to get rid of, dumpster connections, all sorts of things that we can help you with. But this market has scared a lot of people. And I think if you have the right realtor and you have the right person in your corner that is diligent about finding you a property, that knows your exact profile and how to structure your financing if you need that, how to structure a contract, whether you're a cash buyer or you need financing, it's important to talk to somebody that is in this, selling multiple properties weekly, in this day in and day out as a full-time career for them, that truly knows what's going on and can properly guide you. Everybody is different. One person that you think your friend that got certain interest rate with financing and bought such and such property, they may have a much better credit score than you did, or than you do, or they may not have a good credit score, or they might have had a lot more. They have their debt to income ratios a lot lower or higher. Everybody is different. So what you see for your friend that got this or that, you never know what their profile looks like. And you may think that they have a nice house and they drive a nice car. I've seen plenty of people that have those things that don't have money in the bank and don't have good credit. So you can't look at what other people are doing. You can't look at what your neighbors did. You can't look at what your friends did, your family members, the towns, the demographics, the location of the property, the buyer seller, all of these things are different for every single transaction. And it's important to really understand that there is no same transaction when it comes to real estate. Don't listen to what other people say. Talk to the professionals out there and we'll be happy to give you our advice and how to move forward. And it's complimentary and free to you to get informed and talk to a lender. It's complimentary and free to you to talk to a real estate attorney, to talk to us. And that way you can collect all the information that you need in order to make an informed decision.
I agree, Dana. And I think that at the end of the day, just know that we are here to help serve you guys and guide you to whatever your specific goals and needs are. So that being said, what do you think? Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I think this was a great segment of our Dream Lifestyles podcast, and I hope you all enjoyed our market update. If you have any questions or would like guidance with anything, please reach out to either one of us, and we would be happy to help you.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.